We'll go out and work on the bus in a second, but first, happy dog time. You speak? Give me the ball. 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 Drop it. Good dog. Work. Smells gross out here. Smells like something was on fire. Wonder why that is. Anyway, today is side preparation day on the bus. Preparation H Day. By the way, familiar with what H Day is? It's the day at some point in Sweden's past, I think it was Sweden, where the whole country as a whole decided that they were going to drive on the right side of the road instead of the left side of the road. And H Day is the day they made the switch. The entire country as a whole unit made the switch to driving on the other side of the road in one day. That day is called H Day. I thought that was fascinating when I heard about it. I don't remember when that happened, if it was the 60s or if it was the 50s or when it happened, but it was a single day. Anyway, side preparation on the bus. I'm going to start out with what I want to do the least. These tiny bits of angle iron here that I harvested from lopping off the back of the bus and used as vertical straights here, I still have more of them. I think I have enough. I'm going to cut a bunch of them to length and put them between the vertical spacers here at the top of these sheet metal panels to give these sheet metal panels something to attach to. And the bottom of the sheet metal panels that I'm going to put up here, something to attach to on the bottom. I think I'm just going to use screws, nothing fancy to attach them. But anyway, I'm going to cut them and weld them in now. Looks like I don't have enough. Guess I got to harvest some more. By the way, if I haven't mentioned it before, these diamond tip metal cutoff wheels are the best. So much better than those abrasive slitting discs that dissolve after 2 cuts. Highly recommend. Cuts a little bit slower, but otherwise lasts 100 times longer. Before I cut these all to length, I do want to cut one tip off of each one of them to give myself a nice clean edge to work with. Then I'll cut them all to length. Now, the reason I wasn't entirely looking forward to this job is just due to a small annoyance, because the spacing between these vertical struts, where I'm going to mount these new horizontal struts, isn't entirely even. And it's entirely my fault, because this section right here from about here to here is the raised section of the bus, where I just stuck in a piece of box section. And I also slapped over a piece of vertical strut over on top of that box section to give the sheet metal something to screw down onto. Now, the result of that is that the spacing between the vertical sections isn't exactly even, because I didn't take all the care in the world when slapping this piece of vertical channel over the box section, because I didn't think it mattered. I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, but it is just a small annoyance that I have to deal with now. So instead of putting a stop block on my miter saw and churning out 12 horizontal struts, I have to measure each one of them individually, all 12 of them. It's just a mild annoyance, but it's something that slows me down and makes me not want to do it. Why do I just come up with these random accents? I don't know. Where am I even from? What sort of stupid accent is this? Or is it just Robert? Just a Robert accent. It's not any region dialect. It's just me being an idiot. I don't have quite enough of these angly bits, and some of them are just too short anyway, so to fill in wherever necessary, I've got these. They're just some more scraps from the bus. They'll do the same job. And to get each length, I've got my little story stick here, just 2 boards. Spread it out, fill the gap, clamp it down, and I've got my length to cut. I'll do that for each gap. Ow! Always clamp down your work. That's what I just learned. I thought I could get away with it, but I couldn't. Ow! Oh! Oh God, many of the carbide teeth are chipped off. Actually, like a lot of them are. I wonder how many of them were chipped off before now. Well, I need to order a new saw blade for sure, but I think I can get away with still using this one for a little bit. At least I hope so. Now the reason I stopped clamping it is because this miter saw clamp that came on here was just grinding down to nothing. There was no bushing or bearing or washer of any type in there, and it was getting impossible to move. So I just did without the clamp for one cut, and then the miter saw ripped the piece out of my hands. So now I've put this washer in here to hopefully make the clamp work better, or at all. There. Clear! I don't even want to have my hand near it. I unplugged it, that's right. I got all my bits cut and lined up to where they're supposed to go because they're all slightly different lengths. And unfortunately, I need to get a new steel cutting blade now, but fortunately, no injuries right now. So yeah, I guess the good outweighs the bad. Anyway, let's get these all welded into place. But first, a revelation. See this corner bit here that's all exposed? Well, I had to cut away a significant piece of corner steel to get at this strut so I could raise the bus up and weld the box sections in here, etc. And I've been looking at this thinking, that's a complex mess that I'm going to have to cover up. How am I going to do that? Then I realized the other day, I didn't actually change this gap at all. So the piece I cut out, something fell off camera. You didn't see that. Will fit right back in. I'm going to have to modify it slightly because the place where the angle changes is up higher now, but more or less it'll fit straight back in there. So that's a nice thought that I had. Woo. I did plan to do more today, but I think that's enough for today. I'm going to let the fumes dissipate in here while I go inside. I'll see you tomorrow.